beautiful girl with a bright future ahead.
What is the address for the emergency?
Shot in the passenger seat of her boyfriend's car.
Okay, she is not awake anymore.
Keep firm, steady pressure on that wound.
Not for love or money,
Please, I really need your help.
but over a pair of Yeezy sneakers. Little does the shooter know, he's already been caught on his family's security camera.
I have you on video, and I can prove what happened.
The penalty is death.
Get your family out of here. Why me?
I will have my attorney call you.
So unbelievable.
At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, 2 high school students from the Miami-Dade area of Florida brainstorm ways they can bring in some extra money. 18-year-olds Andrea Lacayo and Sergio Berben have 3 pairs of Adidas Yeezys worth about $935 in total. Around 2020, the sneaker brand designed by Kanye West is creating unique models with limited releases. Popularity and demand for certain styles is skyrocketing, and some sneakerheads would pay high dollar for a particular pair. Some sell for upwards of $500 online. One of Berben's friends helps share the word about the sneakers for sale, hoping to get a cut of the profit. She shares an image to her Instagram story and potential buyers begin reaching out. The friend tells Berben about the interested parties so they can organize a meetup. From the jump, Berben is skeptical. The Instagram user messages Berben directly and they start their own conversation. He gives Berben an address in Homestead, Florida, and the two agree to meet. When Berben arrives, he parks his white Jeep Wrangler outside an abandoned home. It's a strange place for a meetup, but not peculiar enough that Berben thinks to leave. Once outside, Berben and his girlfriend, Andrea Lacayo, wait for the buyer to show up. They see one man approach the abandoned home on foot, 19-year-old George O'Shane Walton. Walton allegedly walks up to Berben's Jeep and asks to try on a pair of sneakers. But Berben says he needs to see proof of payment first. According to Walton's social media presence, payment shouldn't be a problem. Walton doesn't show them any cash. Instead, an argument ensues. That's when Berben and Lacayo realize Walton isn't alone. 19-year-old Adrian Cosby sneaks towards the open window and opens fire into the vehicle. Berben puts the Jeep into drive and speeds off, but he's too late. At least 2 shots have already been fired, and he realizes he's been hit. As he drives away, he calls 911.
What is the address for the emergency?
I was selling shoes and I just got shot at. I'm currently driving right now. I'm on Turnpike North and 112 Avenue. I'm going to pull over to the side of the road, okay?
Okay, yeah, and if I'm going to send the police, that's not in our jurisdiction. Is this person still following you or something?
No, not that I know of.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I was selling shoes and he just shot us. I don't know if it was a pellet gun or not, but we're bleeding.
Berben's arm has been grazed, but adrenaline is running high. He's able to remain calm and is focused on getting help, but he's yet to realize the seriousness of his girlfriend's injuries. After a few minutes on the phone, Berben sees that his girlfriend is in bad shape. A bullet appears to have blasted through Lacayo's seatbelt and struck her in the abdomen. She's floating in and out of consciousness.
Okay, please help.
Yes, sir, I'm getting help over there. Stay on the line. Where are you bleeding from, sir?
She got shot near the stomach.
Okay, and you?
On my arm, but I'm fine. I just
Okay.
need help for her.
Listen, I already have them on the way, okay? And the person that shot you, what type of vehicle did they leave in?
Okay.
Listen to me. What type of vehicle did they leave in, sir?
They were on foot. I'm in a Jeep Wrangler, a white Jeep Wrangler.
And the female that's with you, is she still awake?
Yes, she's awake. She just threw up. I'm putting pressure on the wound right now.
They're already on the way to you.
Okay. Please, I really need your help.
Keep firm, steady pressure on that wound.
Okay, she is not awake anymore.
Okay, stay on the line.
The dispatcher is able to send an ambulance to Berben's location, but his girlfriend's condition is only getting worse. They load her into an ambulance and take her to the nearest hospital while Berben tells an officer on scene what happened.
I'm fine. Trust me.
We're gonna meet you there, okay?
Yeah,
That's okay. Go nowhere.
No,
No, you can't go. You can't go. This is a scene.
That's part of it. Come on out.
It wasn't here though.
It doesn't matter. She was in it. You guys were in it. Yeah, go with us.
Take you as a patient.
Let us check you out, man. Okay.
I know you're fine right now because all that ground is pumping. Give it 10 minutes and you don't know, all right?
We'll get them for you. We'll get them for you.
Trust me, I'm fine. I'll give you my car key.
Okay.
Don't worry, let us check you out. If you're fine, we'll let you go, all
Okay,
right?
but can I go with her?
No, they're gone.
They're gone.
Officers look through Berben's vehicle while paramedics check him out. So far, all law enforcement knows is that this wasn't a hit and run. It was a targeted attack. They just don't know who did it or why. Did you know that your personal data is being harvested and sold online by data brokers? Anyone can buy your personal details. When this happens, you're at risk for a whole host of things like identity theft, becoming the target of phishing scams, potential stalking, and honestly, a ton more. And that's why I'm so happy to tell you about our sponsor, Delete Me. Delete Me helps keep your personal info private. I use Delete Me, and honestly, it's crazy what I found. They found 1,047 data brokers with my personal information and very quickly removed my data from 215 total listings. Doing that myself would have taken me a full 8-hour workday. And they're going to keep monitoring the sites for you to make sure your info doesn't end up back on there after the first removal. Using Delete Me has given me peace of mind about my family too, because if someone buys your data via a data broker, they can see info about your relatives too. So right now, you can get 20% off Delete Me and protect your personal data. Go to joindeleteme.com/investigates and use the promo code investigates at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/investigates, promo code investigates.
This car was the car that got shot?
It wasn't a drive-by. They were at a QTH.
They were at a QTH, and where were they headed to? The hospital?
I don't know.
So they got shot at the 272 QTH, and they were driving over here?
I guess.
You know, bro.
So they got shot at another QTH, and they were driving this way?
Yeah, they get some stopped here.
Yeah, you already spoke with them. I don't know. They left to go to the hospital too.
Yeah, Mel went over there.
Well, I'm gonna have to go because I got to get all the information.
Yeah.
The officers will have to circle back to the location Berben gave the dispatcher over the phone. There, they hope to find surveillance video or witnesses who can give them a better idea of what happened. Until then, they're working with limited information.
Southwest 1214. Any subject info?
Nothing, just black males wearing black clothing and blue jeans. That's all we have right now.
Black males, plural though, correct?
Yeah, 2 black males.
You want me to go with you to the hospital on primary?
Yeah. Actually, can you follow them right now?
Okay.
Thank you.
Sergio, Berben, and the officers head to a Miami-Dade hospital for an update on Camp's Lacayo's condition. By the time they arrive, she's been rushed into surgery. Unfortunately, her condition is too fragile to survive the operation. Andrea Camps Lacayo dies from a gunshot wound to her abdomen. Now, Miami-Dade police are looking into more than a random shooting. They're investigating a homicide. In the neighborhood where the shooting takes place, detectives spot house after house with home security systems, including Adrian Cosby's family home. They're able to compile footage from an array of cameras to track their suspect from the scene of the shooting all the way back to Cosby's residence. On April 8, 2020, the day after the shooting, investigators ask the Cosby family for access to their home surveillance.
They want to look at the camera system.
Investigators are able to confirm Adrian Cosby's identity from the footage. A few days later, they bring Cosby down to the station for questioning.
Tell me what you heard about, like, what happened. Because you know that somebody got killed.
Yeah, I heard, like, that was my mom told me. She told me, like, they said whoever did that, they hopped out that fence.
Mm-hmm.
But then she told me that the people said whoever did that ran in the backyard, or ran in the back of the abandoned house.
So your mom said that whoever killed the person ran through the abandoned house.
Yeah.
And is that abandoned house behind your house?
Yeah, that abandoned house.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I want you to.
Yeah. But she told me that what the detective said.
Right. Is there in fact an abandoned house behind you?
Yes.
Okay. So they allegedly jumped
Yeah.
the fence into your yard?
Yeah.
So, Adrian, what happened was something like very tragic. It was a very tragic thing that happened. Okay, you know, there was a young girl that was killed, an 18-year-old girl. Like, I had to go talk to the family, and like, I've never seen heartbreak like that in my entire life. This girl was like like an honor student in high school. You know, just like a young, like, innocent, like, think of like a real innocent, like, young girl, bro. Like, your sister, she's gone. What happened to this girl, it speaks for itself. Like, I know what happened. It's a tragedy, but I know what happened.
Yeah.
I know exactly what happened. And I can prove what happened in many, many different ways.
Yeah.
As an investigator, when I look at you in the eye, I can see that you don't have that personality or the demeanor where you're going to intentionally and willfully point a gun at a human being and shoot them and intend to kill them. I don't want to believe that. Okay, but right now, that is what it looks like. That is what I see.
What are you saying? I did it.
Adrian, let's not do that, man.
I ain't do that.
Adrian, let's not do that, man. I'm gonna level with you. There is surveillance video footage in that complex. Literally, I have never seen so much surveillance video footage in one entire complex in 2 blocks. I've never seen the sheer amount of video to where I can go to anybody's house and I can say, hey, I see that you have video on your house. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Hey, can you show me though?
Adrian, hold on. You want to see yourself on video killing somebody?
I ain't kill nobody. That's the whole thing. I ain't kill nobody, but
Okay.
I ain't kill nobody. But that wasn't me. But
Adrian.
whatever y'all got going on, that wasn't me.
Adrian.
Tell you, it wasn't me.
Adrian.
I ain't kill nobody.
I can see you walking from your house.
Wasn't me.
Adrian, I can see your face.
I'm telling y'all, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
The investigator allows Cosby to see some of the footage. Maybe if he knows the evidence he's up against, he'll be more forthcoming.
Like right here, that's that turn to go down that street. And then several houses in is the abandoned house. And then right behind that abandoned house is your house.
The security footage shows 2 individuals walking from Cosby's home to the abandoned house in the minutes leading up to when Andrea Lacayo was fatally shot. Footage also shows Berben's Jeep driving towards the meeting place specified by Cosby through Instagram messages. Data from cell phone tower pings places Cosby's device near the site of the shooting, and phone records show him making a suspicious video call at 1:19 p.m., just minutes before the gunfire. The video call is to Eric Reedon Jr., the Instagram user who first reached out to Berben about the sneakers. Messages from Berben's phone show it was Reedon who apparently organized the meetup between Berben and Walton. Reedon was Berben's main point of contact, but Reedon didn't go to the sale himself, and he didn't know what happened once his friends Walton and Cosby arrived. The surveillance footage and cell phone data align to tell the story even more accurately than witness accounts. One video from a neighbor's home security camera shows the suspect hurry towards Berben's Jeep just before he speeds away. In the background, a gunshot can be heard. As the Jeep speeds off, security footage shows the 2 suspects running away from the scene. Cosby takes the same route all the way back to his family home, where a living room camera captures him going inside and sitting on the couch. After Cosby is faced with some of the footage, he seems ready to talk.
So, I just want to level with you. I told you at the very beginning I'm like a very straight shooter kind of guy. I'm not the guy the detective that's gonna like with you and lie and say, I got your DNA, I got your fingerprints, I got this, I'm not gonna do that. I have you on video. Walking from your house, past several houses that have video towards the homicide scene. I have a eyewitness that was outside that I don't think you saw, but they saw you. They don't know you, but they saw you. And then I have, what else do I have? The driver of the Jeep, he picked you up. He picked you out of a lineup, just so that you know, because he saw you, and you have a very specific look to you.
I didn't know it was gonna be a girl in the car. I thought it was just gonna be a boy. To tell you the truth, I didn't see the girl. Cause if I would have seen the girl, I would never pulled a gun. I just seen the man in there.
Okay.
Cosby comes clean that he pulled the trigger, but says the whole thing was actually a setup by a friend. Cosby claims he thought the meetup was over a pound of weed, not someone selling shoes.
So he led you to believe that it was a drug rip?
Yeah.
Really? I wonder why he did that though. Why not just tell you the truth? Like, hey, we're gonna get some shoes.
I don't care for shoes. I don't care for clothes.
Because you don't give a about shoes?
Shoes or clothes. Huh?
So you think that he kind of tricked you in order to get your help?
Yeah, basically.
You tell me though, like I'm not trying to plant things in your head now.
But investigators know too much to believe that version of the story. Eric Reedon Jr. is never charged in connection with the shooting or the robbery. Walton allegedly confesses to investigators that the idea was always to attempt to steal the Yeezy shoes after trying them on. But Cosby's decision to sneak up on the couple was apparently not part of the plan. With a confession from both suspects, Miami-Dade police are able to charge both George O'Shane Walton and Adrian Cosby with second-degree murder, robbery, and attempted murder. Both men are held without bond until their trial in October 2024. Walton is ultimately found guilty on all counts and sentenced to life behind bars. At Cosby's trial, the jury convicts him of first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and attempted robbery. In October 2024, more than 4 years after Andrea Camps Lacayo was killed, Cosby learns his fate, a life sentence for a life taken. At the sentencing hearing, Camps Lacayo's father, Alexander Camps, gets the chance to speak directly to his daughter's killer through his victim impact statement. There is no forgiveness on this earth for animals like you. There is only one place animals like you belong, and that's in prison for the rest of your life. Those words trigger something in Cosby, who screams and lunges towards the family. The judge sentences Cosby to life, plus an additional 25 years, all thanks to a neighborhood full of home security systems, and to his own family, whose living room camera captured enough footage to help keep him locked away for the rest of his natural days.